Hey guys, Desmond Landers here, your startup advisor and partner in entrepreneurship. Hope that your Tuesday is going well. We just wrapped up a 2-day business trip in Dallas, and I know I'm looking a little scruffy. I'm due for a haircut, but before I go get my haircut, I just wanted to create a little video for you guys. I'm in a Mercedes GLK truck, whatever they call it. You guys have seen these things on the road. I've been in love with these things for like the last 2 years since the first time I saw one. And so I figured on this trip, why don't we just go ahead and rent one so I can actually kind of test it out. A good friend of mine said, if you're ever thinking about getting a vehicle, go ahead and just rent it first if you have an excuse to do so, and then buy the vehicle if you like it after that, because it's more than a test drive. Well, he was right. What I actually found out is this vehicle, I like it, but there's a couple things that are kind of like deal breakers for me that I don't like. So let me go over the things that I do like. Number one, this car has a lot of power. I'm not sure if it's a 6-cylinder or not, but I was kind of pressing the gas, pumping a little bit on the freeways of Dallas between my meetings, and it really gets up. So I'm highly impressed. I have a small, compact SUV at home that's very similar in size to this, semi-luxury, if you will, but it's not quite as powerful as this. The other thing that I like about this vehicle is, how it looks. I'm really in love with how this thing looks, and the fact that it has a semi-panoramic sunroof, as you guys will see in a minute. Now that I gave you all the good, let me tell you some of the stuff that I personally don't like. Number one, when you actually turn the vehicle on and you want to shift between parking and reverse and neutral and drive and all that good stuff, let me show you a little bit of what you got to do here. You got to put your foot on the brake, and instead of having a stick like I'm used to having, I've been grabbing that the whole time, you actually got to do a double pump or double down to go into drive. Now here's the issue. If you're used to using the stick like I am with my vehicles, you're reaching over here, and then when you actually remember to do this, there's a little bit of a delay. The other thing is you can accidentally go into something like reverse, which is what I actually did on the freeway. So if I was kind of like a scary driver, which there's a lot of drivers like that out there, and I understand, because safety is of the utmost importance when you're driving, then that could have caused me to be in an accident. And I'm a little scared about getting a vehicle where I'm flicking and my whole behavior of what I've known since I've been driving is actually changed. The other thing is going into a different gear that could take me in reverse or neutral. That really scares me. So maybe you guys are super advanced to own a vehicle like this, but I've never drove a car like this. So that's number one. The second thing I don't like is I don't like the this little control situation. I mean, I guess I could get used to it. I guess this is in most Mercedes here. As you can see, I'm listening to the 4 tops here, and I'm just trying to get used to like the dials on this. I got to move up and down and back. And honestly, the biggest point I'm trying to make with this particular control is that it takes a lot of work and it can distract you from driving. And I think that's the issue that I have with the gear shift here, is that it's hard enough to drive and be safe and not speed and not get in an accident, but these things, because I don't personally have experience with them, have been a challenge. Now let me point out the third thing I don't like. In our compact SUV, we have something called a sunscreen, right? So we have a panoramic sunroof. This has a semi-panoramic, which you can see it's kind of cut off here. But what you got to do with this, and this is nice because this like blocks the sun from coming in. So you want a sunroof, but you don't always have to have the sun coming in, especially on a sunny day. So this screen is nice. But in the vehicle that we have at home, I can actually have this screen blocked, and I can actually open the sunroof. So I can have the open air feel, but I actually, but the sun is actually there. The screen is actually there to actually block it. Now in this vehicle, you can't like have the best of both worlds. You have to have one or the other, right? So I have to have all the sun come in the car, and I have to reverse the screen before I can even actually block this. So now, as you see, the screen is gone. So now, if it's a super sunny day and it's beaming down, I can't even have a filter in the screen. With my current vehicle, that's something that I didn't know about. I never knew that feature existed, but now that I have it, I need it, basically. So I'm not sure if I have the base model of this truck or whatever. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that comes with a more advanced version. But that's one thing. Let's see if there's anything else I don't like about the vehicle. The final thing, and we'll wrap up here as I get out the vehicle, is I don't quite like the trunk space and actually the back seat space. Look, the car's moving because I didn't even, I got it in neutral. Look how scary that is. The car was moving. All right, let me put it in park real quick. Good. Okay, the car's in park. there's not a lot of back seat space back here. We had one or two folks back here on our business trip, and it was really cramped. In our current compact SUV that's not quite as luxury as this, we have enough space. Let me show you the final thing here. And you know, I didn't tell you guys what kind of GLK this was, but this is a GLK 350. This is sweet though. I like this, how this comes up. You know, I don't have to use my big muscles. I don't really have them, but to actually lift this up. But check this out. So it's not as clean as I'd like, but we don't really have a ton of trunk space. I mean, we got 2 carry-on bags here, you know, a suit and then a small bag. But in our other vehicle, that's again not on the same luxury standard per se, we have a lot of trunk space. So that's my review of the GLK 350. Look, again, you know I don't make videos like this, but I was really in love with this car. I'm still on the fence, but I'm leaning towards no because of the backseat space, the fact that there's a lot of things that are really, really cool, but that take you away from the actual driving experience, and then the trunk space and the rear seat space. So, you know, we'll see, guys. Maybe I'll have one of these in a year or 2 or whatever, but as of now, it was a great rental, but not necessarily a great purchase. Have a good one. Desmond Landers, your stock advisor and partner in entrepreneurship. Talk to you soon.